Hi, this is Lani with Broken Seashell Stampin', and I am hopping along today with some other wonderful ladies for the Stampin' Around the World video hop. The month of December, our theme is Sparkle and Shine, so we've got some sparkle and some shine to go with you today. So just going to make a quick little project. Today I'm using the Jolly Delivery and the paper tags. So I have that right here. So these ones are both on last chance as of today. This is December 10th. So I've got the paper tags bundle, and I have Jolly Delivery. I'm going to be using these two sets to make some quick tags for last minute gifts. And I will show you one that's a little bit more fancier. So there's the numbers for a quick shot for the stamps, and the dies are listed second. And then the paper I'm going to be using today is the silver foil, which is these. It comes in two pieces of this silver. There's just two 12 by 12, that's what it is. And then this one I have is a little bit older, but I would use the Peaceful Garden. It's got some beautiful colors to it. Today I'm going to use this glimmer paper that is it Pretty Peacock? Yeah, this one's Pretty Peacock. But the Peaceful Garden has some really pretty greens and silver, so you can use those to cut out if you have, or if you just have any kind of glimmer paper laying around, we can make some cute little tags for them. So that way you have some last minute gift tags. So that's what we're going to do today. So please hop along, and thanks for joining. Please be sure to click on the link below, or click on the more, and please be sure to join the other ladies that are stamping today, and be sure to give them some love, some likes and comments. It would be really appreciative for everyone. So thank you for taking the time to look into their videos as well. So I just cut the 12 by 12 to a reasonable size because I like to use the mini cut and emboss. It's just going to fit right with this die. And I'm going to keep these sides too because they make great little, I like to use lines on a lot of my cards and stuff, anything I make. So I like to keep these edges to put a nice little element on things. So we're going to cut some tags of the glimmer, and then the shine with the silver foil. Now this is really delicate paper. The glimmer is really forgiving. You can't see a lot of flaws or problems with the glimmer. But the silver foil, if you make any extra, like even here, you can see it leaves some of that. And I was cutting out a different die earlier, the branching out, and I put the washi tape and it left a little tape mark right there. Yeah. So because I was making a frame. So I put that to keep it together, and it didn't like it. So just be aware that this is very delicate paper. It's fun to use though. And it really accents things when you have things to piece together. I did cut out a little mailbox, but I don't have any stays on that's inked up, so the ink won't stay on this. So I'm just keeping that to the side. So if we want to fancy up our tags, we can do that as well. Like I said, I'd show you. But these tags fit really well on just any bag that you have. And I will show you that here in a little bit. Okay, let's get to stamping. I'm going to show you one tag to cut out, and that way we can get that done. But I would actually cut several of these just to have on hand for when you need some extra tags for gifts. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there around the edge and run it through the cut and emboss. Now I'm not going to put any washi tape on this one because I don't want it to damage it. This is actually going to be the back of the tag because it's just going to be the shiny part And then this is the one that you'll actually add stuff to rather than stamp on it. Same thing with the glimmer, because they're fancy. So once we have that, you pull that out and pop it. And I've noticed with using the foil, it does leave little pieces, so just be aware that that's there. You don't want to have those hanging around when you're using your stamps because they can get stuck on the photopolymer. So, and what I really like about this tag set is these tiny little hearts that get popped out right in the middle. And so I keep those for embellishments. So that was the foil. Now we're going to do the glimmer. And I'm going to do 2 different glimmers. So I'm going to do one regular. This is that same tag. So go ahead and run it through. You can even use these just by themselves. You don't have to really fancy anything else up. Just having these cut out. You can use some pattern paper too. And it makes a cute little tag that works for anything. Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's. And look at that. Boop, as I dropped it. That pretty shiny little heart that comes out. And so we'll use those with these projects as well. And there's that shimmer. Shimmer, shimmer. Now the second tag I'm going to pop out is the bigger one, which I just made it wide enough. It's barely fits on it, but that's the best way to utilize all your paper. But I do like using the mini cut and emboss for these tags. So there we go. I'm going to straighten it up. And I know it kind of doesn't show right here, but bear with me. All right, so let's run this one through. Now this one also gives you a nice pretty little heart in the middle to use for later. Okay, here's this one. Now this one doesn't have the little slot cut out that these ones do, but I'm just gonna add that once we make it fancy. So I'm gonna just cut this little part here off and save this for later. And if we're going to streamline all these, we're going to use it for more tags, but I'm just going to do a few right now to show you. And this part, I'll keep all this because this makes a nice little line on a card or an element. And same thing with this pretty little wiggly squiggly line, which I can even show you how to fancy up your tags with using these pieces. So we'll see how that works when we get there, but I want to make this as quick as possible. So I'm going to do is little as much prepping and little extra stuff for just the sake of time today. So now we have our shimmery, shiny, sparkly, and shine. It's I love this paper. I love any of the glimmer paper that Stampin' Up! Has. I try to get anyone that comes out, I get it because I just like to have that on hand. So here we have those 3 little tags there, and we have more here. So this one, you're going to put this part on there and see how it's got a fancy little border. You could even have this pop up and have more on the bottom if you wanted to leave that. But that's how you can fancy this up. So we'll set that aside. And the ones we're going to decorate are going to be on the back and the front here. So we're going to stamp some of the images from the Jolly Delivery. So we're going to just get a piece of basic white cardstock and one of the stamps. So I'm using the doggy. You can see him. He's my favorite of this image here. So we're going to stamp that. And since I'm using Pretty Peacock, I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock for his outline. So just go ahead and, since we're going to put more than one dog, I'm going to stamp him a couple times and do more than one, so we have at least, we'll go 3 dogs is pretty good. And let's see if I want, so this one's this is the stamp for the postage. I think I'll just use some of the little gifts little gifts here. I should be showing you this, but mine got really colored. I've used the gift more than I have any of the other ones. And we have this little kitty too, and the little badger. I think that's a badger. And hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. Special delivery. Probably gonna use special delivery since that is more appropriate. And the little puppy feet. So we'll take the puppy feet out. And let's see. Do the from the North Pole too. Get this off. We can do from me to you. Which one we want to do? Special delivery. Yeah. Can't find it on here. It's right in front of me, I'm sure. It's the Christmas. There it is. Special delivery. Doo-doo-doo. Right in front of my face. Alright, so now that we've got our little guy stamped, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the special delivery. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock as well. It's a little crooked here. It's sticky. Oh, it's still a little crooked, but it's okay. I'll put special delivery. Might just cut those out. There is a small little banner in the tag dies. It's stuck. There's this one here. That special delivery might fit. So what I might do is, let's clean it off. Let's do special. As it sticks to my paper. Clean it off again. And then just ink up delivery. And let's get real close. Right there. Okay. So now that's coloring in. Now, Pretty Peacock, I'm trying to use Christmas colors, but I don't know, I really kind of feeling like using a different version of red. So rather than real red, I'm going to go ahead and use Mary Merlot. I think that one's retired. So maybe I should use a different one. Any kind of dark, you know, I don't have any cherry cobbler. That's what I'd actually use. I don't have any cherry cobbler ink pads. That's on my list. So maybe I'll use the marker. And for now, it's definitely going to use Pretty Peacock. It's one of my favorite greens. Okay. Let's see here. That's strawberry. Where did I put my cherry cobbler? Okay, so I've got some cherry cobbler for the red. The brown. I think I want to make it a brown dog. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to use the cherry cobbler red, and I still have the Stampin' Right markers. These are retiring, and I believe they're in the last chance. This Pecan Pie and Pretty Peacock, because I don't have the blend yet. So I'm going to speed up and color the little dogs in. So once we get done with that, we'll cut them out, stick them on the tags, and we'll be done. I'm done coloring those in. It was a little bit difficult because I'm used to being closer, and I made each dog a little bit different. So now we're going to go ahead and die cut these out, and I'll be back with the die cut. I'm going to go ahead and try to die cut this as well and show you how it looks. Be back. Okay, we're back now. So I've got all these die cut out. I did add some cloud cover to the letters, and look at that. I just guessed where the special delivery went, and it worked out pretty well. Now, I would suggest stamping or die cutting this out first, then stamping the special and delivery. But for now, we're just going to use this one as an example. Yes, my dog is being very... Yes. Okay. So I've got some pecan pie. So we're just going to do the glittery one here first. So this is our glitter. Also, what I'm going to add to the dog when we're done is some Wink of Stella to give the dog some sparkle. And we're going to just put this is another banner that I just had hanging around. I don't even know where it's at, but if you don't have the banner, all we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to just cut it out as a banner. You're just going to try and follow along at an angle. Now this one's kind of squished in here, but kind of just go as a little bit of an angle. And you can clean it up here just to kind of give it some curve. And then once you've got your curved done edge, you can just do the little cut in the middle on each side. And we have another little banner. That way if you don't have, oops, the middle first, it's always easier. If you don't have a banner punch, or I mean die, you can just hand make your own. And I would make this a little bit more swoopy if I didn't have it squeezed in on the paper to try to save the paper up. And I'll leave the pieces here. But any banner stamp will do, or straight across. So we want to stamp on the back of this first before we put the front on. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, and I'm going to decorate it with some puppy feet. So we'll put some little puppy stamps here. Now, most stamp sets, there's a lot of them that'll have a to and from. You can just write to and from. I happen to have one that I keep around for, I don't even know which kit it came out of. I actually stuck it on a block. It's a New York. It's one of these laser things. They're just a paperweight. And so I stuck the to and from on this to not lose it. And then I completely lost track of what stamp set it went to. So it just kind of hangs around for whenever I need a to and from. And I just stamp it on this big block. So ink that up here. And I'll do to from right there. It can go at any angle. It doesn't have to be straight because this is a gift tag. And I did want to have the little sentiment. Let's see if we want to use the special delivery on the front, and then hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. I could put that on there as well, or we can just do the little dog. So this one, for this example, I'm going to use this one here. I'm also going to use that Merry Merlot because I don't have Cherry Cobbler in an ink set yet. So let's go ahead and put that right there on the bottom. And now colors look good. So now we have the back of our tag. It's all ready to be put on there. Now you can put some Wink of Stella in here to make it glittery too and sparkle. But we're just going to give our little dog some special love on the front. So get some adhesive. Now his little tail kind of sticks out, so we're just going to leave that part not glued. And just put him right here. He's so cute. He looks so confident and happy about his delivery. So let's put some glue on this banner. And I'll put right here along the edge. And as I mentioned, these little hearts get punched out. So we're going to put our shine on this one with the heart that was cut out from the silver foil. Now, we can have it close to that one, but I think I'm going to put it down here. Oh, splashed out a little bit. Oh, that'll dry clear. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute while it glues. And now we have our shine. Now I did die cut one of the shadows of the dog because I thought it was really pretty. So what we could do on the front for this one is just give him a little bit of a sparkly shadow. Kind of like that. So for this one, we're going to do just like that to glue it down. So I only want to glue the top part of this dog. Oh, wait. Let's stamp the back first because we don't want it to have dimension on there, and that way it won't stamp flat. So now again, if you cut a bunch of these out, you can streamline it a lot more. Let's see where I want the puppy feet. Let's put them right there. You can streamline, you just do a bunch of these. 1, 2, boom, 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 boom. And this one I'm not going to put the sentiment. I'm going to put the little dog stamp in there. Let's get the pecan pie back out. Oh, nope, not pecan pie. I used the pretty peacock for his outline. Come on, Lani, let's get this figured out here. So I only need his head and a little bit of his body. Let's go ahead and we'll get him just in case we have some. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to put him on the back. And go ahead and get the to and from. My New York laser paperweight. And there's the back. If you wanted to color this one too, you can do that. I don't believe the foil will go through. And this one, because the back is a little bit more smooth, you want it to give it time to dry, or use a heat tool to speed set it. So you can kind of see the little shiny undry. I don't know, I'm not sure if that shows on the camera, but there's a little undry parts to this one. So we'll go ahead and set him aside and get the dog ready to glue together. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and put the glue on the top of the dog. And I'm gonna stick that on the glittery, sparkly doggy for his little shadow. And I'm going to use this special delivery here. Almost hook it under his foot too, but no. So, looks pretty dry. I'm just going to not touch it and set this on the side. Now we can put all the glue here. Not too much on there. You could use dimensionals if you want, but since it's a tag, right now I don't want it to be too bulky. All right, get that down good. And since it's the, if you wanted to, I can show you what it looks like with the dimensional. I'm just going to use one since it's a tag. I'm going to put that right there. And then the little sparkly heart. Should put that in. I'm excited to see what everybody else is putting together for sparkle and shine. All right. It hasn't smeared yet, so we're good. We're safe. So there's the second little tag. Here's the first tag. Cute. And we got our sparkle and our shine. Just another way to use these types of specialty papers, and you know, any stamp can work for these things. They're so cute. And then you've got the back part that you can write it on. And what's nice is you could take this and you could even put this on a card with some some lighter cardstock or DSP behind it, or even just some basic white. But you can easily turn these tags into a card. So there's the project. I'll show you how it looks on the bags. This is just one I got from Dollar Tree. And you just take the little loop, and there you go. And you got your nice little bag tag for your Christmas gift. Now, the nice thing about this die set is you can cut out DSP and match to any bag that you have that's got like Santa on it, but this would be good for another one. I do have one I got from Dollar Tree. Let me show you that. It kind of works with the special delivery. It's got all this stuff in it. But this is like a Santa with the postage stamp. So you can just bring your strap out and put it on the tag, on the handle. And so kind of works out with the special delivery and the postage on this bag. So it can go with lots of different things. That's just coordinates with this little stamp set with the dog. So thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you can, and I'd love to hear some comments if you like my little tag. Thank you for watching again. Please don't forget to click on the more option and give some other ladies the love from the blog Hot Today. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye for now.